All right, let's do it live. So, there was an article that I saw TFM posted some type of reaction to on Twitter, and I figured I would give it a reading. Hadn't given it a try yet. Nice and early. Oh, yeah, it's not even 8 in the morning yet. Nice. All right. From the Sun. Men going monk. These men hate women so much they've sworn off sex and refuse to speak to them. Meet the men going their own way. All around, music provided by First Person F1 RST Person. It's a Reactor Room 1.8. It was that's the mix. These kind of mixes they does. Okay. All around the world, at least 60,000 men are opting out of relationships with women, even giving up dangerous and addictive sex and going monk to avoid contact with them. By George Harrison, the 7th of June, 2018. You wouldn't guess it from everyone's desire to couple up on Love Island, but thousands of men are so fed up with women that they are cutting them out of their lives completely. These disgruntled dudes, united in their hatred of the opposite sex, are known as men going their own way. So it's I like one of the things about the use of hatred in writing in this period of or in this time is this misunderstanding of the various forms of aversion to something that one could have, with hatred sort of being this one that you are so heavily tethered, rather than at some point it's just that it's like, oh well, I just I don't have any time that I have live a lifestyle now that I just simply don't have time to do that, and it is actually sort of an extra thing that would this extra effort I would have to make. I've done this before, and I now understand that it's work to keep a relationship going. I just have found that it tends to be the thing that it's the ball that I drop, because you need to work, and yeah. So, and there are tens of thousands of them from all over the world, lurking in the loneliest corners. Oh, yes, of the internet. Oh, and then they show prominent MGTOW YouTubers like True Grit Productions say dating is a minefield, which is best avoided. This is one of the first pictures. Members of MGTOW, pronounced MGTOW, okay, communicate almost entirely online. Sex is off the cards, relationships are banned, marriage is the ultimate no-no. Okay, I see where they're yeah, there's a lot of people who, that's like really how they're rolling. Like, I guess I'm in that camp of, oh, well, some guy happily married, but like the whole thing is like red pilled as hell, like everybody gets like, no, there's a reason I'm at work, dear. It's like, it like for it just, yeah, that and so there's sometimes I'm like, okay, so they haven't run into people who like MGTOW people will talk to that are married dudes who are just manly ass men, and so they're and they're living life on their terms, they're happy. And have no problem talking to MGTOW guys as long as what the talk is mostly about is how to improve your life. But and so I've realized that I'm like, there are people who are like, you're married, what the fuck are you doing here, and stuff. You have a girlfriend and you're happy, what the fuck, and it's like, and that one I have a bit of trouble with. I'm like, well, he's happy and he's not trying to convert you. He's talking about the subject you're talking about, so come on, just come on. If he's not stepping on your shoes don't have a conversation about smudging my shoes. You know, it's like shit. You know, that's not, yeah. Ask these men why, and they'll tell you it's because they can't. Okay. Sex is off the cards, relationships are banned, marriage is an ultimate no-no, and if you reach the top level MGTOW hierarchy, you're expected to quit your job and move off grid so you don't even have to look at women. Yeah, that's super alpha. Ask these men why, and they'll tell you it's because women can't be trusted, they're manipulative, they'll suck the joy out of your life and rinse you for every penny you have in the process. Browse their men-only forums, and you'll also read the argument that society has become stacked in women's favor with unequal divorce settlements, higher male suicide rates, and false rape accusations cited as proof that fellas are being screwed over. So then it has, I think, some from YouTube, men going their own way, like MGTOW YouTuber Big John say women are impossible to be with. And so there's something, maybe this is I click on it and I go to YouTube. I don't know. The 5 levels of MGTOW. Okay, maybe I'm not on. I don't do the forum thing, so sometimes I'm surprised by, you know, like, oh wow, okay. Embrace the idea. Level 0, embrace the idea that gender equality is a lie and propaganda. Level 1, reject all long-term relationships. Level 2, reject all short-term relationships and stop having sex. Level 3, only interact with wider society where you have to. Level 4, disengage completely from society. I like that. That's how it works. That's what it is. It all sounds like a bit of a joke, but 60,000 very serious men are subscribed to the anonymous MGTOW message board on Reddit. Okay, so these are, it's Reddit research. Yes, I love it. Read it. And, okay. Board on Reddit, while thousands more belong. And I like how, you know, and they're super serious. That's why they're anonymous. They're super mega serious. Let me tell you. Are you interviewing me for an article? Well, let me tell you about the secrets. I'll tell you into the deep wisdom of the MGTOW. Let me let you in. No. While thousands more belong to similar forums elsewhere on the web, including MGTOW.com, virginity is a common topic on the Reddit. That's gold right there. And many say that they have proudly chosen to never have sex, describing their devotion to celibacy as going monk. It used to be called straight edge. Morrissey was into that once, and women totally hated that guy. He was a vegetarian, and he sung songs, and he was not into sex, you know, and like the women hated his guts. Deep fear of false rape accusations is one of the driving forces behind this, while other men are wary of women using sex as a way to get to their wallets. I want to die a virgin, writes one unnamed poster, saying that the Me Too movement has made sex too risky to be worthwhile. So this is another series of these. Many of the men who agree with MGTOW movement, like YouTuber LFA, say giving up women will make you richer and happier. Men on Reddit talk about their desire to die without ever sleeping with women. Sex is dangerous and addictive, according to some men on Reddit. Reddit. Nothing wrong with not having sex, one man replies. It's addicting and potentially dangerous. I would much rather be a virgin my whole life than be a slave. Another agrees, but bizarrely, and others see no problem with paying for sex. Most prostitutes are honest women. Most women are dishonest prostitutes, as one man puts it. See, now that sounds like something from MGTOW. And many more combination of prostitution and sex dolls has allowed them to end all other relationships with women. MGTOW say the idea of detaching from all female relationships is wait a second, saying a combination of prostitution and sex dolls has allowed them, bingo, combination of prostitution and sex dolls. It's almost as if there is a long history of behaviors like this, and that suddenly polite society and the journalists have to corral the renegades again. Oh, don't do that. That was fundamentally very bad, even though we can't quite site where morality is structured that it would violate, but you are a bunch of men stepping out of line. Get back in this goddamn cage. Get in there. No. Put a ring on that ding-dong of yours, sir. MGTOW say the idea of detaching from all female relationships is age-old. Disparaging comments from women are commonplace on the men-only forums. For MGTOW, there's Reddit, different stages of MGTOW. The philosophy has been thriving since early noughties, I like that, with a website, Facebook group, and a popular Reddit page dedicated to discussing the MGTOW way. It has been reported that members can achieve different levels within the MGTOW community. I love that. Like, what? Based on, I guess I could get it. I guess I have heard things like this, but like, it sounds like, they're talking about like, degrees or something, I've got my third, All right, based on how committed they are to abandoning women. Level 0 at the bottom of the ladder involves swallowing the red pill, terminology from sci-fi classic The Matrix, which means understanding how things really are. As you work your way up through levels 1, 2, and 3, you gradually scale back contact with women until you reach level 4, the extreme point when you up sticks and leave. I guess maybe that's a British term? Leave the matriarchy behind by moving to a cabin in the woods. It's not a movement in a conventional sense. Now, I mean, okay, in one way, I kind of get this. Like, well, or do you mean you say buy a piece of property outside of town because you no longer have a reason to really be in town because you're not looking to socialize? That you've come to a point where you could actually spend a lot of time on your own and be perfectly, and apparently have an internet connection. But okay, it's not a movement in a conventional sense bound by an official members list, but but many that subscribe to its school of thought use the MGTOW logo. There is no MGTOW movement, one unnamed forum user tells Sun Online. There are individuals realizing that the deck is stacked against those that choose to try to engage in traditional relationships and are opting out. Another explains that's, of course, that's so rational. That's like, you're like, oh, okay, so no, this person's a real deal. Another explains we're a bunch of men that decide to live our lives alone, peacefully, without outside interference or validation. YouTube videos about MGTOW include a clip by a man, the enlightened Kiwi. Oh, yeah, okay, I've seen him once. Where he talks about marriage being a waste of time and resources. Women are programmed to ruin lives. While the buzz around MGTOW mostly exists online, the movement has been known to occasionally creep into the real world. A smattering of men going their own way include a man in hazard tape dress, with MGTOW emblazoned on the front, were filmed at a feminist rally in Edmonton, Canada a couple of years ago. One man holding a sign saying feminism is a refuge for women's sexual failure told a reporter. Oh my god, that's so good. I forgot about this guy. Men have decided to no longer participate in relationships with women as a result of the issues with family courts, false rape allegations, and slander coming from feminists. Oh, okay, Ryan Adams. There we go. That was... Oh, okay, film. I didn't realize he had... Okay, he was kind of... That's what he did. Alright, meanwhile, in a YouTube clip with 150,000 views, a man calling himself Big John explains over a glass of scotch why the MGTOW philosophy is proving so popular. There's a concept that men need a woman, he says, swilling his whiskey. Swilling his whiskey. I'm sure he was swilling. He's like, but I find women to be a nuisance. I have tried to have them as girlfriends, and they've been terrible. When you talk about getting a woman, are you willing to pay the price? A YouTuber called LFA says in a video with 35,000 views, you're running backwards if you chase after a woman. Hopefully, you are so focused on your money that you aren't even paying attention to women. Marriage is a waste of time, money, energy, and resources, agrees a man called the Enlightened Kiwi. Another video with over 160,000 views. Another MGTOW YouTuber, True Grit Productions, has racked up 50,000 views on a video about how terrible LA women are. Elsewhere on the anonymous message boards, threads are dedicated to discussing how much they all hate white knights, men who unquestioningly jump to women's defense in hope of hooking up with them. The only kinds of people they hate more, other than women of course, are manginas, male feminists, and chads, attractive jocks. In other posts, MGTOW members share anecdotes about their messy divorces, post memes they've made or talk about cutting off female family members who disagreed with them. Most mothers are terrible people. One post rages, how can a sane person hang out with a woman? What a waste of life. Oh, God. Some of these they picked out. For men who claim to be removing women from their lives, they sure love talking about them. That is kind of one of the things about when you go to Reddit, specifically, okay, and then it goes MRA, or MGTOW versus MRA versus Incel. Okay, the key is, so I would suggest reading it. It's not much longer. Yeah, it's just that I should cut this at this point, pretty much. All right, so that was Men Going Monk at the Sun by George Harrison. All right, and it came out today. All right, bye.